bones. And let's go ahead and take a look at some custom work that I've done. Now this is a little bit of work that I did on the Future State Batman Tim Fox figure from McFarlane. Now I did like the figure, but he just felt like a little, I want to say bland, like he didn't have any flavor to him at all. It was just that dull black and gray. So I just went freestyle on this one. Kind of certain things that I would have changed if I could do it again, but pretty happy with it. It does really change the feel of the figure, and really happy to be done with this and move on to the next figures. So let's take a closer look at them. Now I did do some mods, and then like I said, I wasn't too sure what I wanted to do when I started this, but I did get some references from the images from the comics, and pretty happy with the way it came out in the end. It does give it, like I said, a whole different aura than before. But before it was just pretty simple. Eventually I will pick up another figure, and then I will have him still in his original unaltered version. But for now I'm actually pretty happy with this guy. He looks pretty sweet. But let's go ahead and take a look at him. So starting off with the cowl. Now in some of the images from the comics, he does have like a silver mouth covering. It's not just black, and I thought it really brought out kind of like a noir kind of feel to him. I'm not sure if it's covered like because to hide his identity, or if it's covered like that's just part of the suit that, you know, maybe it helps him breathe, or there could be like different technological things that because of the covering. But I like how it looks. It gives it some separation from this part of the cowl and then the rest. And another thing I did do is I added some blue pretty much to all the black on the figure. I added like some blue just to give it some color, like some highlight, kind of like a comic book looking style. And then I did seal it to keep it from rubbing off. And this was just like a random, like wherever I felt like I needed a little bit of color, I added it like right down the middle, and then a little bit on the sides. It actually came out pretty nice. So I might be using this technique more in the future. Also did it to, you know, anything that was black. So I did it to this part of his cape and cowl, to the shoulder pauldrons. I also added it, and then added a little bit of like gold just to the corner of the shoulder pauldrons. Like I said, this was just a freestyle one, and I just wanted to give it more life and different, you know, peaks of color in there. One main thing I did do is I wanted to match the gold on the emblem and on the belt to the Batarang. So now this is a more higher gold, yellowish gold. And I even went back and put like a little bit more copperish gold, like in the wrinkles of the pouches and stuff like that. Just to, like I said, you know, it just spices it up, doesn't leave it so bland. Makes it look a little bit more realistic. So that was pretty nice. Now, the rest of the armor, that was one thing that, you know, I kind of I was iffy on. I first did it like in a real high silver, and then I did it like in a gunmetal silver. But now I think if I did it again, I would do like a black gunmetal, just a lot more darker, because I just feel like this silver just is a little bit bright. But it still looks pretty good, actually. I mean, it's, you know, a completely different figure, and that's what I was going for. And actually, in the end, I really like it. Now, on the gauntlets, I did the same thing. Added the blue like around different parts, and then sealed it. And then I did add a little bit of gold to the gauntlet blades, like to on the sharp parts, just to, you know, make it pop a little bit. But this kind of like dirty gunmetal silver actually works a little bit, kind of like a light gray with blue, you know, traditional Batman look. And then the mod. Now I did do the mod. I don't usually mod these, but it's real simple, so if I ever want to, I could do it. And all you do is you pop this off and you pull out the peg that connects the upper torso to the lower torso, and then you use your Dremel. I have mine right here, and you use the Dremel to Dremel out like a slot, and that's where the peg is actually gonna like push forward and give him some more, articulation forward. So before, when you moved him, he would not move forward basically at all unless you really pushed him, but that was more like in the waist, in the lower abdomen swivel. But now he actually goes way forward, and it even goes to where the armor kind of like hits his belt, so there's like no more room for him to go, but I kind of could get him like in an L. So pretty sweet. Now he has a lot of dexterity. Could twist him around, put him in some cooler poses. So all in all, I was really happy with that. And then moving down, I did the same thing on the lower armor. And then the boots got the same, highlights. You could see the way the blue, I just put it like in the wrinkles and all the little creases. Like I said before, just to make it stand out more. And then I was gonna do the bottom boots like the way I did the Dark Detective, like in a silver, but I decided not to. And I just left it blue, like a little bit of blue highlights in there. I also did the back, the same, highlight technique that I used. It looks really good, actually. And then one of my favorite parts was the cape, because even though the cape had that really nice leather texture, it was just, flat. It doesn't have nothing on it. So in the creases and in the little, wrinkles and stuff, I just put that blue where I felt it look good, like on the highlight points. Now I sealed it so it won't come off. And actually, really happy. That's actually one of my favorite parts, is this back part with all the blue highlights in there. He still does have his gold batarang, and of course that matches his belt and certain little highlights in his costume. I also modded the head so you could look up really far, give him some character. So pretty happy with him. Like I said, I'll in the future I'll pick up another one of these so I could have him like unaltered, in his original form. But I am pretty happy with this. Surprisingly, it's the more I mess around with it, the more it grows on me, and then I don't want to put it down. Let's bring in the Dark Detective that I also did a complete repaint on. And now they actually complement each other. It looks pretty cool. So happy with that. As I always say, the limit is your imagination. You could do as much customizing as you want with these McFarlane figures. It's pretty cool, pretty sweet. You guys keep hunting out there, keep collecting, keep customizing, and I will see you on the next one.